Okay, I've start recording.
Alright. So, last week you guys finished the Thieves' War quest, so to speak. You took down one of the Master Thieves and his wife, and let the second one escape after he'd surrendered and told you guys that he had no interest in continuing this skirmish between the guilds. You are going to settle financial things with Sabbath Williams from the Guard, and Kethra got part of the bounty for killing one of the Master Thieves, and will get the rest of it from Kara once he's back in the in his tavern. So today you pretty much got time to do whatever you want. I know some of you wanted to. I know you wanted to sell the jewelry that you found on the bodies of Mary and Winna, and I know Clade wanted to see if there's someone who can groom a polar bear. So you two have something scheduled. Anyone has any plans? So say for the argument of Emily being not here, we'll say is sleeping in late. She's not doing so well.
Yeah, wasn't Ice B with her?
Oh yeah, he was
Yes.
watching her. That's right. Oh, it's a shame she's not here. I really wanted her to be there when she wakes up and Ice B is next to her.
Wasn't he like looming over her?
Yeah, he was like sleeping right next to her. Like I'm picturing face like next to her on the pillow.
She wakes up and she's snuggled up to a giant polar bear.
Yeah, awesome. A giant polar bear, which I assume is still smelling of blood and gore, and because
right.
he has not been to the grooming yet.
That's fine.
She just had a wild night out.
it's been wild. So, what do you guys want to do? Clay, do you want to pick up Ice B after all and just take him to...
Nah, I'll just go with someone else.
Okay. So, the rest of you, what do you want to do?
I am headed to the Fancy Jewelers in Bayford Borough.
Anyone coming with him?
I guess I'll go with him.
Alright. Kethra, was that a you too?
Yeah, I don't have anything that I want to do, so might as well.
Excellent. So, Kalesa, you coming too, or are you still enthralled by your home?
Probably, I think we should probably just return to the inn and try and not have a complete breakdown, maybe. Just thinking, I think last time we got a number, have we split the treasury then yet? Has that happened? Is that a thing?
So, I have the total that we have in money right now. We haven't gotten it all yet, so I haven't split it up.
No worries.
And we may and or may not come into more money for Winna, as opposed to just Murray.
Okay, no worries.
Alrighty.
So basically, you're just carrying a lot of money around with yourself right now, as well.
It's in the bag of holding.
Okay, that would make sense. So, is everyone coming with you to the jewelers?
I will be coming at least.
I'm going.
Kalesa, are you coming with them as well, or?
Going back to the Broken Sword, probably.
All right. Oh, well, you guys are, I presume, at the Broken Sword, and they're just leaving. Oh no, wait, you went to Thanery's, right? Yeah,
We
Mhm.
did.
you did start the morning at Thanery's. Always good.
And then Clade went up a class size.
went up a size, and then went down a size again after a minute.
In
Yeah.
an effort to distract herself, actually, she'll probably be studying, kind of go back to her room, retreat from basically everyone and everything, and try and study this potion that she's supposed to drink.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going with the other guys first, and then we're gonna see what happens with you in the potion. So you guys make make your way up to Bayford Borough, the fine district of the city. Just reminded me that you also have to return the fine clothes today, so don't forget about that.
Oh yeah.
We've got to bend them and
Right.
Yeah.
clean
So you
them.
might have to wake Sasaya because she probably slept in her dress. So yeah, but you make your way to the upper district of the city, and not too much about fine jewelers and not too much about the upper city district, but you have heard of a shop run by a dwarven couple who've practiced their craft in the dwarven city of Underhaven, and have come to Parfost a couple of years ago to establish a franchise, essentially, here, while their children run the shop back home. And this is where you now direct the group. And this shop is located pretty close to the square in front of the White Cathedral, so it's basically just off a little of the road, in a very nice but very cozy and quiet area of the city. Not too well frequented, but the people that do frequent it, this particular area, are very, very wealthy. And you guys do stick out a little, so you kind of try to a little bit. But you make your way to a shop called Urger and Sabara's, which is the names of those two dwarves. And as you enter, it is a very nicely decorated one room kind of shop. There seems to be rooms in the back, but the exhibition is just one room. There are several glass cases with illuminated jewelry in them, so they have like little candles that illuminate the pieces. Very, very exquisitely crafted, not the kind of style that half elves would design, or elves for that matter. So it's very clearly dwarven design, having the clear lines, the typical dwarven knots in it, but it is all very delicate, which is quite unusual for dwarven design. There are a few patrons at the moment that are looking quietly at pieces. Usually they're in couples, so it's a man waiting for his wife or soon-to-be wife to decide on a piece of jewelry. That's the usual clientele that you see here, and they're all well-dressed, fine fabrics, very elaborate headpieces. Most of them have elven, except the two owners, one of which you see right now, that is Sabara, the female dwarf. She is a little shorter than Clade, has very thick, very long black hair she wears in very elaborate braids twisted up and all around her head, and jewelry clearly of her own making. So like a very blocky necklace that kind of pops out of the simple dress that she wears. And in the back, you see the glow of a fire, probably where they're tempering the metal that they use for their jewelry. And Sabara has noticed you immediately, and she's rather elderly, so those two dwarves are clearly in the higher semesters. But she has a very friendly smile as she sees you she sees the group of you come in, and she says, "Good morning. What can I do for you today?"
How long is she?
How what?
How long is she?
She's a little shorter than you, so
I'll-
she is quite tall for an elf, for a dwarf.
I'm 5'6".
Yeah, so she's probably like 5'3", 5'4".
Fancy meeting a larger dwarf here.
It is. It is. Where are you from?
I'm from a mountain settlement.
So, myself from the city of Unterhafen. So, I am quite a tall one there, but yeah, mountain dwarfs are rare out here, so it's good to see a kinsman.
Yes, it is.
What can I help you with?
Our mage here has some stuff to sell.
And she's like, "Oh, blue. Interesting.
Yeah.
To sell, yes. Why don't you come to my counter and we'll have a look at what you have?" And she kind of waves you over to a very short counter, clearly dwarven size. It goes about to your knees, Azrael.
I'll walk over and pull out the amber necklace and earrings, and then the moonstone droplet earrings as well.
So you place it in front of her on the counter, and she takes out a couple of tools and some glasses and begins very carefully arranging everything, like the necklace in a little crescent on the table, and the earrings matching to it, like in between it, and then the moonstone earrings separate from that. She's like, "Oh, that's a beautiful set. Clearly not dwarven made. I'd guess it's probably elven. Very nice amber." And she holds it up to the light to look through the amber, and you can see actually like little fine cracks in the amber, but that's normal, she says. And she kind of turns it and then puts it down again, and then turns to the moonstone earrings and kind of does much of the same, and it's like, they're very pretty. Might I ask where you got these?
We happen to come across some old jewelry.
I see. Well, for this set, necklace and earrings, I would give you 400 gold pieces. And for the moonstones, there are some impurities. I would not feel comfortable going over 100 gold pieces. How does that sound? Hello?
We could do 500. That sounds fair.
For all of it, yes.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good deal. Let me just get in the back and get you the money. And she gets up and leaves through the door in the back, probably where they have like a vault or something where they keep their money. As you'd assume, there's probably quite a lot of it in a shop like this. And
Turns around to keep the temptation from watching where she goes.
Sounds like another heist is underway.
Ooh, Ooh, do I want to make you make a check for that? Ooh.
We haven't
What is it?
stolen anything yet.
Let's see.
I don't agree with this idea.
You don't want to become filthy rich?
Not by stealing from my fellow kin.
Oh.
Well, they're from someplace else. You're from the mountain.
Well, Underhafen is in the mountains.
Well.
Kind of under the mountains.
As the name implies.
Yeah. Make a intelligence check. Well, it would be a save. Make a save. Make an intelligence save. To see if you're intelligent enough to say, like, it would not be a smart idea to break in. They probably have security.
That's why I turned around. I don't really want to know. So
Okay. Then we'll say you resist temptation. Couple of minutes pass, and she returns with a very nice little wooden box with the money inside. And she places it before you. And please do count to make sure that everything's there. And she begins kind of packing the jewelry into a little pouch because she's probably not going to sell it. She's probably going to use parts of it in her own work because she only sells originals. And she puts it away while you are free to count the money. And it's all there. And you may keep the box if you want. Put some nice jewelry in it. And it was a pleasure doing business with you. And pleasure meeting you. I didn't even quite catch your name, she says to you, Clade.
I'm Clates. I will be the largest dwarf that will ever be seen.
You're
Just too
on your
much.
way to it, I can tell. It is a pleasure meeting you. And perhaps if you return at another stage, my husband will be there as well to say hello. He's always so busy. But yes, it has been a pleasure. And maybe we will do some more business in the future. Is there
Maybe we
anything
will.
else I can do for you? Do you want to buy something by chance, or?
I don't think we were interested in buying anything this day. Maybe
Not unless
on
you
a
have
later
magical
date.
jewelry. Oh,
Hello?
hello.
Hello?
I think something happened.
Something happened.
yeah, Anna's
sure.
frozen on mine.
Yeah.
Same.
I thought it was just me because I'm way far away from the router, and so I haven't had video problems, and sound problems, so I thought maybe it was just me, but apparently not.
Should I stop recording?
Probably not. Because then it'd be just, you'd have to, like, cut it together. Just the whole thing.
True.
I hope they have magic jewelry.
Oh, she just said something on Skype.
It's a cliffhanger.
So she did. Her computer died.
Oh.
Oh.
Dun dun dun.
Alright, well, I guess while we're having this impromptu break, I'm gonna go get me a drink.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So at total, currently, we have 9,700 gold in the bag.
Okay, that's like 4,000 for me.
Yeah. No.
You said yeah, you can take it back.
No.
No taking it back.
We have just the random money we've collected from I'm not sure what. 400 for the earrings and necklace, the 100 for the other earrings. And then we do still have the gloves of ogre strength
I think we should
sitting at
just sell those.
a pretty 8,000 gold.
I think we should just sell those to like the museum or something.
I mean,
we could give it to Sorceia, but Sorceia doesn't really fight that much with her own weapon.
no, not really, I guess, but
And my strength is max, so it's literally useless for me.
yeah,
I'm stronger than those
Then-
gauntlets.
I can't really use them, so.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, you guys. My laptop
There
just
you
literally died just in front of me, and I was like, "What?"
That's alright.
While I was talking.
Yeah.
I have to open everything again.
If you give me
Oh,
a ring
yeah.
of wish, I will forgive you.
You will get your ring when you get it.
If you get it. Don't you promise him something like that?
Ah.
He'll kill us all.
All right, I have to. Everything has to be reopened. Give me a second. Why?
Everything changed when Clades
Everything
became
changed
a
when the Fire
colossal.
Nation attacked.
No, when Clades
True.
become colossal.
Yeah. It's fine. You're gonna, like, get the ring and I'm just gonna reduce you.
If I'm colossal, it doesn't matter.
Does. Because I'll still take you down a glass size.
Let's see.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping
Well, I will be.
Emily would be here so we could figure out these gloves.
I will be colossal if I'm 64 feet or higher. I can also be colossal plus. If I make myself like 150 feet, then I will still be colossal, even if you reduce me.
I think if she ever makes you that big or bigger at all permanently, it'll be at the very end of the game.
Pretty much.
Fighting like a dragon.
And you'll be stuck
Hands up.
outside the city. There'll be no city that accepts you because you can't fit down the street.
No, I'll make it so I get a special spell that I can change my size at will to any size.
Uh,
Oh, that's not how it works. You commit or you
that's not
don't.
how it works. It's true.
That'll be like at the very end of the game. You know how like at the end of Dragon Age Origins there was those panels at the end with the little summaries. Well, there'll be a little panel with Clade, and it'll say, and Clade finally got his wish, capital W, and became a giant.
Yeah, that's how it's gonna be. Now all the monster manual.
I can just say that I gained.
Right.
I can just say that I gained the ability to change myself at
He's
will.
a shapeshifter.
To change my size at will.
How about the ability to shapeshift into like a dragon or something?
No, because then I'm not Clade.
Yeah,
It's true.
that's not the same.
You could be Clade the duck.
I need to be Clade the Colossal, not Clade the Dragon.
Clade the Colossal.
That sounds like the name of a boss.
The
It
alliteration.
does.
You thought the
Alright.
ultimate evil was under
Dungeon
Parfost, but no.
Stop giving
It was
them
Clade.
ideas.
Yeah.
You will now fight the thing that you wish for the most.
When Clade became Colossal, his alignment changed.
Yeah.
All right. I have everything open again. Let's hope it stays that way. So, whoa, whoa, you were saying that you were not going to buy anything from...
Unless they had magic jewelry.
Oh, that's what I didn't hear. And she said, oh, no, we don't dabble in magic here.
Alright. And then
I-
turn around and walk out.
All right. Bye!
Boy.
I follow.
Yeah, so I assume you all leave, and Right. Anything else you want to do?
Wouldn't we go to the captain of the guard to get the rest of our money?
You get the rest of your money from her, and you also get some money. Well, Catherine gets some money from Kara at the Green Cauldron.
Yeah. I don't know if would he be back yet?
You'd assume that probably after you spoke with Antoine last night, he would have given the all clear that it was safe to return.
We will go together.
All right.
Mhm.
All of us together, or
Oh.
the Enclave?
Azrael, if you want to go to Sabbath, then you can do that, or if you want to come with them to the Green Cauldron, you can do that.
No, I'll head to Sabbath Williams.
Right. So as you make your way over there, Kalesa, you are studying the potion?
Yep. So 2 things I want to do. I
Mhm.
want to annoy the owner of the broken sword, who I can't remember the name of for my life.
Frinnan.
Frinnan, thank you. I'm gonna irritate him by asking him to borrow various cooking implements and try and build up some kind of alchemical supplies or something, just to store it.
Yes. Are you doing this in your room, or are you doing it like in the common room area?
In my room, obviously.
Okay. So every couple of minutes you come downstairs to ask for various cups and containments and tools, and Frinnan is just handing them to you, getting increasingly worried. It's like, what are you doing up there?
I'm making meth. It's Breaking Bad all over again.
I think math is something to do with numbers.
Basic alchemy, you know? Oh, nothing too much, just basic alchemy, you know? Fine.
As long as you don't blow up my inn. I'm fine with
No
that.
need to worry about that. It'll be fine, it'll be fine.
Good,
Lie to the poor man.
good. I will be getting those utensils back, right?
Yes, you should be.
All right.
You
And
will
clean
be.
them thoroughly if you are working with weird substances, please.
Yeah.
And he hands you whatever you asked for him from him.
Just- And to see how effective a setup will be, I'm going to make an Arcana check.
Do that. Yeah, it's a very nice makeshift setup. It's not perfect because you obviously don't have the required things. It would have probably been easier had you gone to the library or something. But for what it is, it's a very good setup.
Okay, and yeah, just gonna set up an identify spell kind of surrounding the area, and just gonna first of all, as the identify spell, just gonna discover the effects of this potion.
Yeah. So, what is there any checks that you need to make for an identify spell? I don't think so. It's just
Nope.
Just
straight
use
up.
it.
Yeah. So, what you can tell about this potion, in line with the other potions derived from the strange liquid that you have already tested, is that this one has like kind of rejuvenating properties. So, if you drink it, like say before a battle, it gives you 3 additional hit points every turn for up to 5 minutes. So that means also like if you're at full health, it gives you like 3 additional hit points at that point.
Temp HP.
Yeah.
So
Basically, that's what it does.
You've just reminded me of a potion of heroism that wasn't for actually heroism last session, and now you've just given us half a potion of heroism, unless it's also. Sorry.
Yeah, well, it is an experimental potion, so it is not a fully developed product yet. So yeah,
Okay, thank
that's
you.
what this one does. Thanery is still working with his material, so there might be some more interesting stuff coming out of it in the future that he will give you to test. So yeah, that's what that one does.
she's also going to kind of, I guess, use the alchemical equipment to kind of try and figure out how do you describe it? How it's made up, what kind of chemicals and well, I should say alchemical ingredients are used, how much of that strange liquid's been tempered into it.
So, wait, I have to actually find my potion thingy. Where is it? There that is. Where is it?
Where is it?
Where is my list of stuff? There we go. Now I have to look all through that. So yeah, what you can tell from what you have here in front of you is that he probably used a large amount of sage root, which is known to have slight rejuvenating qualities. And a large percentage of this is probably water. And so it's basically half is water, then a quarter is sage root, then there's about, let's say, 5% of the strange liquid, and the rest of it is where is it? Dust from a mushroom that usually grows in caves, probably luminous cap. That's what it's called because it has like, which is what you can discern from your knowledge of alchemy and what you can tell with your identify spell.
Okay, thank you. And then obviously when she's finished, she's going to use her oh god, this goddamn name, prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
So, clean everything up.
Okay. Anything else you want to do while the guys are away?
I understand that I left the pseudo dragon a bit terrified, so in that writing. So if I could see if that's still around and maybe try and kind of establish some sort of kind of comfortable relation again. I don't know.
The pseudo dragons are at the moment nowhere to be found.
Okay.
You would have to look for them at a later stage. I have something planned. Just putting that out there.
Okay, fair enough.
They're at Monster College. Which, by the way, is the quest that I'm heading to, so...
Yeah,
Kids gotta go to
that's what I
school.
was. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, yeah, that's the one we should probably do next.
Yeah, she'll be writing down the results, I guess,
Mhm.
for the meanwhile, while I guess before meeting up with them somewhere whenever that happens.
Yeah, or you can just wait because they will probably return at some point.
Yeah.
Azrael, you're going to Sabbath?
Yes.
All right. Well, you're not technically going to Sabbath because she's busy, but you know where the treasury is, and you talked with her yesterday, so you can head over there and tell that guy, who will probably know about this, that you've come to claim your reward.
Yeah.
Should drinks the potion right away. Okay. It tastes funny. Kind of like a little moldy. Probably because of those mushrooms. But it does have the desired effect.
Okay.
So you do feel rejuvenated and very nice. It's probably a very good hangover cure, too. If nothing else. So yeah, Azrael to the barracks to claim the money for the missing people and the potential bounties for the master thieves.
Did I have Oh, I do.
Oh, what?
That was the missing, or no, I haven't done the missing persons bounty yet.
Nope.
Right.
But we haven't technically found the missing persons other than Kara, so.
That's right. Yep. So yeah, I would be headed over to the treasury then.
Mhm.
And then I would seek out the man whose money I took last time.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah. So as you head over there, this guy already recognizes you because you are very recognizable. And he's like,
Yeah.
"You?
Yeah, me.
Hi.
Hey, so I'm sure your boss has probably informed you. We claimed a bounty.
Oh yes, she mentioned that when she left for rounds this morning. I didn't know that was you."
Yeah.
And how much did we agree? I have it written down somewhere.
It was 1,000 for
For Mary.
Murray's head.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then possible money for Winna.
Yeah, that's right. So he gives you the 1,000 for Mary, and he says Captain Williams said to add 500 to that for the woman. Apparently, she hadn't actually had a bounty on her head, but since she was a major player in the daggers, she said it would be warranted. So he had 2,500 gold.
All right. And
Is
then
that all?
no,
He looks very worried. Oh no.
I've got some more weapons that you guys would probably be interested in taking.
Oh yeah, let me have a look.
4 short bows, 1 long sword, 3 short swords, a battle axe, and 2 daggers.
I have that written down somewhere. I thought I had it written down somewhere. I do not. Well. Wait, where's my list of prices? I have so many things that I should have had open, and I do not.
My dwarven math says it's about 1,000 platinum.
1 billion gold.
No, that's not
Platinum.
how it works. Not how it works.
Sounds like how it works.
Where is it?
Your dwarven only told you 1,000. My elven was like 1 million.
Here we go. So, what was that?
I put it in the thing.
Oh, I need my calculator as well. Do-do-do-do. Mess it up. These things take forever.
Yeah, several thousand gold sounds great. Thanks.
No, that is not what it's gonna be. This guy's like very worried because you took him out last time.
It was only like a couple hundred extra gold or something, right?
Mm-hmm. Which was a lot for a poor guy.
Yeah, it's not his money though. It's the army's. Fine.
Long sword and a battle axe and 2 daggers. They're pretty used. I can't give you more than 100 for all of these.
100 each. I'll take it.
No, all of these.
This poor guy.
What was this bloop for? I can't give you 100 each. We don't have that kind of money. I would have needed a crit for that.
Fair enough.
But you do have advantage on bargaining, so you can re-roll and maybe you do get a crit. But
And I don't think the guard is funded
Ooh.
very well, guys. So close.
not a crit. No.
Fair enough.
I'll
I'll take 300.
Oh boy, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. But
Nah,
yeah, he does it.
I'll talk to your boss about it.
Yes,
don't worry.
please. Please do.
You should have said 500 for each. No, wait, 50.
500 for each.
So yeah, he gives you the 300 for all of it.
Say 300 platinum.
No, gold.
Yeah.
He is good
Wonderful.
with bargaining, but he's not that good.
Well,
So yeah, you leave the treasury with 1,800 gold.
sounds good. Alrighty, and then...
Oh, am I gone again?
No, you're still here.
Yeah, you're still here.
Unless you can't hear us. Hmm. Nope, she's now gone.
No, she's not.
And
Okay, now she's here.
now she's back.
Are you back? Not anymore. Oh wait, no, I can hear your keyboard, sorry.
Well,
I can hear you, sorry.
This is a problem. I didn't change anything in my settings. How is this happening?
hmm.
Why?
Okay, then everyone should probably leave the call and then join, and then I'll make a new one.
Yeah.
Okay, then.
Okay, I can hear you again.
Alright.
Yay.
Weird things.
Yeah, it did this to me and my friend the other day. Her audio was cut out and mine wasn't, so she could hear me, but I couldn't hear her. But when we first started the call, I could hear her.
So weird. Oh well, they're still working on the bugs, I guess. For the most part, I think it works.
Yeah.
All right, so that's Azrael being done with whatever he's been doing. Were you saying anything while I was not hearing you guys?
Not really. I was gonna do something with these glebs of ogre strength, but
Oh, okay.
nah. Be alright.
All right. And Clade and Kethra went to the Green Cauldron, right?
Yes.
Right.
All right. So, as you walk in, Bob the Orc comes running, like full on sprinting towards you. And at first,
would
it's
like-
ah!
I would like to step out of the way and just let him barrel into Clade if that's what's going on here.
Make a deck save.
A save
Mm-hmm.
or a check.
Save.
Okay.
Do I need to make a strength save?
Depends what you want to do. Kethra wanted to move out of the way.
I will
I got
just
14.
I will just fail and take the I don't know what he's gonna do. I will just take it.
Okay, Kethra did manage to step out of the way, like, whoop, and the orc just puts his arms around Clade, lifts him off the ground, and twirls him around in a big hug. Thank you! Thank you so much!
I guess Garrick is
And-
back.
Yes, he is. He very carefully, very gingerly puts you down again and kind of just dusts off your armor, and he's like, thank you so much. And in the background, you can hear Kara actually laughing from the bar. He's like,
You know what? I think Ketra also wants a hug.
Bob turns to Kethra, opens his
Kethra.
arms, and looks at you like waiting for consent. He knows not to hug a lady unless she's like, okay with it.
Catherine takes the hug and like glares at Clade over his shoulder.
But he also puts his arms around you and kind of lifts you up a little bit, and you just kind of your legs are dangling a little bit in the air. It's like, thank you, and puts you down again. And then Bob, there's work to do, and Bob is kind of like still bowing and thanking you, and gets back to work, like cleaning dishes and stuff. And he's very happy not to have to actually serve customers anymore. So, and Kara is waiting for you guys to come in. He's like, as you can tell, people are very grateful for your help, as am I.
Yes.
It was our
We've-
pleasure.
I heard that things went down at the casino. I hope everyone is safe and all right. The rest of your
Yes.
group is.
We have
Made it out.
we have killed the elfin wizards, or well, the elfin master thief with his wife wizard, and
Mhm.
we've let the gnome alive.
Ah, good. Yeah, Fulburn is all right. He's all right. I
To
don't
be
think
fair.
we have any quarrel.
I killed the master thief and his wife.
You
Just
did.
gonna put that out there.
You're not there.
Not here.
You're not there to defend their stance. So, and Kethra Kara turns to you and he's like, I'm assuming you're here for what Antron promised you.
We are, but also to make sure that you arrived back at the Green Cauldron safely.
He nods, I did. And Kethra, as you look around, there is a very strong presence of people that try to look like normal in tavern patrons, but are doing a poor job of it for someone who knows what to look for. There's clearly a lot of security now placed here by the Veiled Arrows. Sitting in.
Actually, I want to make a check. Would they do this for any old member, or is he something special? I want to make a check for that.
All right, make a
Inside, I would say.
inside check. Yeah.
All right.
You can't be that special if you got caught.
Well,
Well,
old.
he
not
was
dead.
retired, so
Yeah. Nope. I don't know.
Master thieves never retire.
But
Well,
maybe my wisdom can save us.
you have not actually seen this kind of
Aha.
well, but you don't have the knowledge, Clade, of hierarchies and thieves guilds. Kethra would.
I don't
So
have
you,
an advantage for having worked for them before.
yeah, you would. So do give me another roll.
All right, awesome. Didn't think
Critical
that would
fumble.
work, but I'm not. Yeah, that works.
It does. It does work. You can definitely tell that this is out of the ordinary. Like, you haven't actually seen many people that have retired from the guilds, because most people are, ride or die with the guild. But
Maybe he isn't retired at all, but he's actually the master.
possible. You get the feeling that there is a lot more to Kara than you first suspected, and something clearly warrants this detail of protection for him now that this happened.
I would like to not outwardly show that I'm suspicious or say anything about it, but I am gonna attempt to do research later, however that plays out.
Mhm.
Probably after this next quest, but we'll see.
Katra, you're looking a bit like Asriel.
What does that mean?
Blue?
Cause I'm not blue. I'm like the color of ash. So
So, Kara, while you guys have walked in, he's already poured you two from the best ale of the house, like big casks, and put them down in front of you on the house, as will be all your drinks from now on.
very much appreciated.
And then he gets to his register, and underneath it, there's like a loose board, and he pulls out a little chest, and from that chest he takes out the gold that you're owed, Kethra, for his safe return. This is from the guild. It's much appreciated. And Clade, I do recall that I had promised to look into a certain thing about animal fighting rings for you.
Or gladiator fighting.
Yes, or gladiator
Just
fighting.
fighting.
Fighting in general. Well, gladiator fighting does happen, of course, in the Undercities, but I am afraid animal companions are not permitted there. There are no animal fighting rings as of yet, but I am working on establishing one before I was so rudely interrupted by my kidnapping. I'm gonna get there.
I don't think most people call kidnappings rude interruptions. That was out of character. That was out of character.
Well, you can let me at least know where the gladiator fighting is.
The gladiator fighting is located in Harbour Crescent. If you follow Harbour Lane almost to the docks and then turn to the right, following. Nope. It is. Following Chester Road to the very end, there is an abandoned warehouse that you cannot miss. It's the last building on that road. And the mid of every week, there will be, if an event is taking place, a lit candle in the window to the right of the door.
Okay.
And there will be a man guarding the door, and you will be required to surrender any weapons because they provide standardized weapons for the gladiator battles, unless it's a unarmed melee brawl, in which case no weapons at all. But that's the rules if you want to take part in that.
Are there any other rules, like types of things you can't use or can use?
Well, No magical items, no weapons unless they are provided by the organizing party. Bedding, of course, is the standard. So unless
So magic itself isn't allowed either.
no, I'm afraid not. Magic tends to attract attention. It can be tracked, and these meetings prefer to stay hidden. We would not like to attract attention from, say, the church.
Okay. Good to know.
Azrael, you're squishy if they can't use magic.
Yeah. That was before you said no magic.
You can just give him the gloves of ogre strength.
Yeah.
Those are magic.
Yeah, well, even if Azrael isn't participating, I'm still going and sitting in on the betting.
Yeah, that you can absolutely do.
Yeah, me against Ashriel. Without magic.
So yeah, the next meeting there, and he kind of looks at the calendar, will be next week. You just missed the one for this week, I'm afraid.
I'll try to be there the next week. I will claim my throne.
I am sure you will. I have no doubt. And as for the animal fighting, I am working on setting that up.
Okay.
Now, if you want to, I don't know, find any place for Ice Bee to train or just hang out or whatever polar bears do, there is a menagerie at the outskirts of the city. It's been recently quite refurbished. I knew the former owner. He was a shifty fella, unpleasant. But his daughter has taken over, and she is doing quite a nice job. But they have quite the collection there. So if you want to check it out, she has quite some expertise handling exotic creatures. I think, I might be mistaken, but I think she has a polar bear already, one that was saved from a circus, and is now in her establishment to recover and.
Is it a male or female polar bear?
I wouldn't know. You'd have to ask her herself. Her name is Erin Gale. She's a half elf, and the place is called Erin's Marvelous Menagerie. It's on East Lane, at the outskirts of the city.
I will be checking that place out then.
Yes. Anything else I can do for you, heroes?
I don't think so.
Well, then enjoy your ale, and I will get back to my other customers.
Thanks for your services, Garrick.
I have to thank you.
Well, you know, money, but adventure, pleasure. It really wasn't. It really. I won't say we were entirely altruistic here.
I don't do anything for it.
I've been there.
Okay, let's go back to the Broken Sword.
Well, you finish your ales and then go back to the Broken Sword. All right. So, in the afternoonish, you make your way back to the Broken Sword. Have you guys remembered to return your evening wear?
We'll probably do that. We'll probably have to go get it all from once we're at the Broken Sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And between prestigiation and mending, we should be able to get everything.
Yeah. I will not even have you make checks for that. You manage to get everything in order. You So Zaya is kind of like very lame with everything that she's doing, but she kind of peels out of the dress and lets you take it down so that Azrael can fix it or Kalisa can fix it, whoever of you is fixing it. I think you both had the spell. And I'm assuming one of you was taking it back to the shops.
I'll take Sorcea's back since the lady will know me.
Yeah, she will.
Yeah, then I'd take back mine.
All right. You both managed to return the garments without problem. You have a little bit of a fee because you passed a little bit over the deadline of 10 a.m. a little. So instead of the 30 that it was supposed to cost for the night, it's 50 for each of the garments.
I assume that Sorcea passed me the 30, and I'll just cover the extra 20 without.
Yep. I will mark it on Sorcea's thingy. All right.
And I assume Azrael will be passing out the gold when we get back.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
you have some money to distribute.
I sure do.
I need me gold.
And man, you would think it's an amount.
It is probably an amount.
So between the five of us,
Mm-hmm.
there is 10,500 gold. So everybody gets 2,100.
Awesome.
Wow, that was a particularly lucrative assignment.
It was a particularly lucrative assignment. Mostly because on the next kind of run of quests that I want to roll out, I want to start getting on the sea travel to Parian.
And that's not including the gloves of ogre strength,
That we may or
which
may
is
not
another
be selling.
8,000.
You may or
Exactly.
may not be selling them depending on if Emily wants them for Sasea or not.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Kethra, you were given that sword.
Sword.
Yes.
Sword. Have you at any point unsheathed it?
No.
Okay.
I will go ahead and do that while we're at the broken sword. I just kind of want to look at it because I haven't gotten the chance to yet.
Okay, wait. Then I need to...
I know we talked about what it did last session, but I don't know if Kethra knows what it does yet.
No.
That explodes.
She does know bits and bobs, so yeah. I mean, you were there when Thanery... Did Thanery take a look at the sword? I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
He did.
Okay, so I do know what it does.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you do know what Thanery was able to tell you. So, you unsheath it?
Yeah.
Nope. Okay.
No? Okay, what?
Nothing.
Yeah,
I
I
thought you were.
Give me a wisdom save.
Oh boy.
Here we go. She's been possessed.
This is going to go terribly.
Oh,
Yeah.
Put her down.
As you unsheath the sword, you hear a sigh, you would say, coming from no particular direction. It makes you kind of look around. And then you hear a voice, "At last,
Now, is this a spell?
I am free." No, this is not a spell.
Well, you're fucked.
This is, in fact, a sentient sword.
Of course it is.
So, only you can hear this. At last I am free, Kethra. What do you do?
I am warring between two impulses. The first is to shut the sword back in as hard as I can, and the second is to talk to it. So
Okay. What do you do?
I guess for the moment I'm just kind of sitting there and staring at it like, oh boy.
You see, because remember I told you that at the hilt of the sword there's like an eye,
Yeah.
and it's twitching a little bit, and then it focuses on you. you the one who freed me?
Can we hear it too?
No. Only
I was
Kefra can hear
imagine-
the sword.
I was imagining myself in the commons of the broken sword.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to very delicately sheath the sword, and I'm going to look at my companions, and I'm gonna say, I left some stuff in my room. I'm going to go get it and leave.
Okay.
And then back in my room, I'm gonna unsheath the sword, and I say, what do you mean, freed you?
My name is Vicon Valerius.
That's a name.
I was a sentinel guard. And my soul, it has been transferred into this sword. I am a watcher. I am a protector. Am I to protect you now?
I rolled insight.
Mm-hmm.
Is he lying?
Let me see. Wait. No, he is not lying. It is a genuine question. He's asking if he's having to protect you now.
The second thing I want to do before I answer him is, obviously, as the player, I'm reminded of Craven Edge right now. But Kendra has never heard of Craven Edge.
No.
So I want to see if I have ever heard of what kind of story, just a general sense of what kind of stories I would have heard about Talking Sword. Do they lean more towards curse or not curse?
Make a history check.
Yeah, that's what I thought. My history is not very good, so we'll see. Oh,
That is actually quite a good guess. So, what you know is, I think Thanary told you that this sword is likely dragon forged. So
Yeah.
it's likely made by dragons, and you.
So it probably was just some poor guy that got stuck in there during the Dragon War.
It might be some poor guy that was stuck in there during the Dragon War, but it could also be because he said he was a sentinel, and sentinels were usually kind of lower tier dragon guards, and it is possible that his soul was put into the sword after his body died to keep him around and let him continue his duty. So that's the two possibilities. It could be some poor sod that was trapped in there, or it could be someone who kind of made this as a life insurance based on an oath. Those are the two options.
Well, I'm curious to see where this goes, and I guess Catherine. So I'm gonna say yes, and hope this doesn't bite me in the ass.
There's another sigh that is almost content. Like you feel that the sword or the soul in the sword is relieved. And you kind of feel that an inner peace kind of comes to you as well. It's kind of like the emotions from the sword kind of slide into you, and it's sometimes difficult to tell which is your actual emotions and which is the sword, but at the moment you can tell that the sword is happy with this answer.
Does that go both ways? Do I know? Would I know that?
You wouldn't know that.
Okay.
I will guard you well.
Appreciated.
And that's all it says for now. Unless you have any questions for the sword.
So many questions, but right now I'm just way too weirded out to ask any. So
I
I'm gonna,
thought so.
yeah, I'm gonna keep it and grab something random from like the chest in my room. I'll leave it up to you what I grabbed.
Oh, look, my favorite dreidel.
Because that could very well be, or maybe I'll just grab the dice or the cards. I don't know. It's up to you.
Mhm.
Whether it was something like something I would have actually gone up there to grab or something stupid.
No, that's really up to you.
She's ready to lose some money.
Yeah, I'll bring down the dice and the cards while thinking this is a terrible idea, and go sit right back down.
Okay. Leaving the sword in your room or keeping the sword by your side?
No, it's sheath. I replaced my old rapier. I haven't sold it yet, but I
Okay.
basically have switched them out.
Okay. So, anything else you want to do? All of you? Or plan what you're going to do next? Can you tell me again how much money you all earned? Because I need to mark it in Sasaya's character sheet.
2,100.
All right.
And I have her down for an additional 60 gold as well.
Ooh.
For some reason.
I
don't
don't
remember why.
Why don't I have additional gold? I just found those dice. I should get additional gold for that. Those dice sold for like 400 gold.
No.
I was
This
about to
is-
say, I don't think it was that much.
This is from, like, a while ago. Like, I'm not sure where this extra gold came from. All I know is that I was supposed to give Kylesa 60 and Sorsea 60.
Okay.
Mm.
Let's see if I have anything in my notes that would warrant that. But I
It
believe you.
changes the heals or something, because it seems to be both the healers that are getting this. Don't know why you would, though.
I
I'm not
don't
sure
know
what it
either.
was for. All I have is just plus 60 gold.
Yeah,
I did
I
something.
guess. We'll accept it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to search the bag of holding for hidden items.
Okay.
I remember we tried this last time, but nobody rolled.
I want to
So
say.
just a straight D20 then.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nothing in there.
I want to
Time to
go.
gamble.
I want to go to the menagerie in the morning,
In the morning, okay.
and I want everyone with me.
So Kalesa is better now, but now Kethra is the weird one.
Yeah.
It's the ladies in the group. We're all nuts.
A little bit weird.
Can I
Gambling. So this is another D20.
Who are you gambling with?
Whoever.
Can
Does
I?
anyone,
Can I try?
anyone in the group want it?
I want to brawl with someone.
Frinnen does not approve of brawling in his tavern. He's like,
No,
if you
no,
want to
I
brawl, you
mean,
take it outside.
Yeah, I want to brawl with someone outside with full-on weapons.
Clade goes and put it.
I'm imagining him sitting outside of the inn with a poorly made sign that says "We'll fight for money."
Yeah, pretty much.
If you can beat me, you get 100 gold. Can I put that outside with a sign?
Yes, do put it outside.
I'm so
Let's see if
tempted
I
to
have-
cast Phantasmal
Okay,
Sword.
should I roll something to try and get visitors?
Yes, roll a d20. Let's see if I have
They have to
anything.
pay 40 to fight me, and they can
Roll
win 100 if they win.
Performance.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Can I roll again?
No one seems interested in paying 40 gold to fight you for a chance.
I'm interested in making this happen though.
So as I understand it as well, you're not standing next to the sign, kind of like drumming against the pan, making advertisements for brawling Clade.
Yeah.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, you
Fuck.
And if
me.
performance doesn't work, I'll start persuading people.
you
Come
do get
on, come
you
on,
do get some
face
interested looks. For
Face
sure.
Clade the Colossus.
And Clay trucks, the big Clay on the truck.
Clay is like standing next to the sign, doing like, and people are just like chuckling and like keep walking. But do listen to what Azra has to say and kind of look interested. But at the moment,
Come on, step
still
right up. This
keep
guy's.
walking.
Look at him. You could take him easy. It's a free 40 gold.
And that's why
It's 300
Clay's
gold, you said.
persuasion was so low, because he's arguing with Azrael about that.
Can I show off my intellect to make people convinced to fight me?
No. 'Cause you don't have any.
Oh, please do. Please do give me an
No.
intelligence
The lower
check.
the lower my roll is, the higher chance they will fight me because I look stupid.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Yes! I fight! Come fight!
Dumb as a rock.
Oh god.
Who fights me?
I think
Ah,
she's
she dropped again, yes. Ah, she missed the perfect moment. Ugh. I'm really good at rolling a 1.
really good at rolling -1.
Hi, my internet
Whoa.
was just gone.
Okay.
Ah. Well, was that the lower your intelligence number?
That more
More-
likely people want to fight me because they think I'm an idiot.
What?
So
Well,
basically, you just roll to see how many stupid insults and threats you can make until somebody takes you up on it.
pretty much.
Me fights.
Him
Let's
fight good.
see, who can I have you fight?
I best fight.
Fight strong.
Kefra's oblivious to all of this, even
Well-
if she's not surprised.
As it so happens, a group of well-armored looking men walk down the street. One of them, a very well-groomed young man. The armor is impeccable. It does not have a blemish on it. This armor has clearly never seen an actual combat.
Hey you rich-looking boy, fight me, idiot!
And this knight is in a group of other young men who also wear armor, and they clearly have just earned this rank, and they're like eager to prove themselves, and they're like, hey, "Come on, fight this guy! You can do it!" And
Yeah, come on, fight him. You can do it.
This blonde half-elf, very handsome, rather young, shiny armor, steps up to your group and is like, "All right, I'll fight you, dwarf."
Okay, then that's
Alright,
brawl.
it's 100 gold. Match to match.
Ah, I will show off my strength.
Let's see.
Look my muscles.
He's like, "Those are some impressive muscles. I'll do it. I'll do it." And he takes out a pouch with puts gold in it, and he starts fishing in it. And lads, have you got some more? And all of them pitch in, and they get in the 100 gold and hand it to you, Azrael, assuming that you're the agent of the dumb brawling dwarf.
Yeah.
And then it's like, so okay, fist fight, yeah?
Fist fight.
Fist fights or weapons, what do you prefer?
Fist fights. And he hands his sword, his very shiny sword, to his fellows. And starts putting up his fists. I already forgot what the unarmed strike thing is again.
So
Wasn't
unless
it-
you have the thing, it's just
It's
1
just-
plus your strength mod.
1 plus strength mod. Alright.
Oh, well, this guy's gonna get destroyed, probably. Okay, so do we just roll them, like...
Well, we roll like proper attack rolls, like a d20 plus whatever your usual
Okay, wait,
attack
I'll
roll is.
make it an armed weapon for now. Damage
I'm
is
gonna
just...
I have to make a thing for him as well. Wait.
If he doesn't have a strength mod, just roll d20.
No, I have a sheet for him. I'm just gonna
Oh.
make it like because he has like weapons stuff, anything, and then but not an unarmed one. So 1.
Yeah, I don't know if people are
Plus-
considered proficient with.
No, not proficients. Unless you
unarmed.
have
No,
martial
they're
arts, you're
not.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1 plus strength
Okay,
mod.
so who attacks first? Should we roll initiative for that? or dexterity or something?
To
It's a
see who
street
goes
fight.
first.
There's no
Yes.
combat
We
order.
will make the first attack.
Yeah, we'll just yeah, you kind of start circling each other and you roll an initiative to see who strikes first. Yes, I know
Not
I
him.
don't have anything involved. No, probably not him. Unless
Oh,
Blade
it's
Ah.
him.
No, it's him.
I rolled 2 ones in a row. Oh, wait, no,
You
no.
did.
And it's in...
So he tries to hit you. Let's see if he does. I think he does.
Yes, he does.
So he just straight up punches down at you, hits you like against the jaw. It kind of shakes you a little bit.
I can take more than that.
And he kind of does like a little boxer bouncy dance. Trying to prepare for whatever comes next.
I will
What
strike
does come
him.
next? No, you don't. He dodges it.
But
He is-
I have extra attack. I will swiftly attack him again.
And fail again.
He switches. He is light on his feet, considering that he's wearing heavy plate armor. Light on his feet. Probably because he just got this armor, so he's not used to he's not having to carry the weight for a while. So he's still chill about it. You see him laugh a little, and he makes another swing at you. I think that does not hit. Does it hit?
It doesn't.
No, your AP is 19.
Yeah.
So he swings and just kind of whooshes past you. Oh my god, there's so
No,
much
I
text
block
happening.
it. I block it.
You block it, so he kind
Yeah.
of hits against your arm and it's just kind of
Man, is that all you
But he's
got?
still-
I will show you mine.
He's still grinning. Nope.
Mm.
He kind of
Ah.
jumps
They don't
back
hurt.
as you try to punch him, and your fist swings just kind of past his midriff. Nope, Clade, you're not doing so well.
Of course, I don't. I only have +5.
Oh, only a +5.
And how
Yeah.
high is armor?
He has a +3, so
You only hit me once.
yeah, so far. And he does try again though, and he hits.
Mm.
And he just kind of does like an upper hook, trying to punch you like under the chin and kind of sends you flying a little bit. But you stay standing. You're fine.
Yeah. I will go again.
You can tell this is hurting his fist a little. This one hits. So
Yeah.
he was distracted by the fist hurting because damn, what is in this guy's jaw?
And I will also make it a disarming attack. I mean, wait, no, a menacing attack. I will make him scared.
All right, cheater.
I can use everything I have.
Yeah.
So he takes 1 extra damage, and he needs to make a... What was it, save?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom save. And what happens if he fails that? It's menacing, it's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah, then he's so scared of me.
Well, he is brave, so he has advantage on saving throws against being frightened. So let's see what happens.
There's a fine line
Wisdom.
between brave and stupid.
So that's
12 and 13.
how much does he need to have?
Menace.
I think it should be a 13, right? What's your DC for that?
Wait a second.
I think it's more than that. I think it goes off strength.
Menacing attack.
There is like a
It was like, wasn't it like...
calculating thing. Wait, there it is.
It's like
8 plus proficiency plus strength.
8. Oh, then he's frightened because I have 8 plus 3 plus 5.
Okay, yeah, he's
6.
frightened. He's like, shit. And
But that-
kind of.
That was only my first attack, so now he's frightened and I'm gonna attack
Steps
him again.
back. Wait. So this is
Extra attack, that's my second.
7.
Ah!
Yeah, that hits.
I will make it a menacing attack again. I want to make him run for
Ooh,
1.
okay.
What happens if you get double frightened? Do you like cower in fear?
What was that? The 30s. Let's see what happens.
Let's see if he doesn't get...
Yeah,
Oh.
no, he's like throws up his hand and is like, all right.
You gave up already?
I do. Damn. And how much did you say you'd get if you win? 100?
Hundreds, and
Yeah.
you had to give me 40, but you gave me like 100 extra, so you can have your 60 back.
Thanks. And he just kind of snatches the money and like wanders off.
Well, looks like I wasn't needed then.
Do his friends laugh at him?
A little. They're like kind of in the back, like, and he's like, "Shut up, assholes! You wouldn't have done better." And they walk on.
Passive perception.
Passive perception to hear them say that.
He actually
No.
he
Like,
actually
what's his passive perception?
Oh, his passive perception. 10.
All right,
Yeah. What are you stealing?
that money he took. It's mine.
I want to really check to see if I see this, just because I find it. Just because I
It
would
was-
find
It was 100 gold.
I would find it like amusing as
It is very amusing. Yeah, you see
can
everything.
see. And I'm grinning.
Blake can have his 40, and I'm taking 60.
the agent's fee.
Yeah.
Awesome. So yeah, that was Clade's brawling experience for today.
Next time I want to fight with weapons.
Probably it'll be a different guy because I don't think this guy will fight you again. But yeah. All right. So, have you guys planned what you want to do quest-wise after?
What are our options again?
I know that Clade wants to go to the menagerie tomorrow, but any other global plans? So the two options are to find out, because the Grand Librarian told Kylesa about this guy who's researching into why monsters are suspiciously smart lately, and you guys know that he traveled on, but you might want to try to find out where he could have traveled. And the other option is, I think Azrael got it from Sabbath Williams, that a town to the north of Parfost, like between Parfost and the port city of Parswan in the very north of the continent, is requesting aid with a problem that they've been having. So you can go there. Or you also still got the quest open for the ominous danger under Parfost. So those are, at the moment, the
I thought
options.
we had to wait till we were a higher level for that, or
You
Is 5 high enough?
you could try it.
No.
I'm
Uh,
basically I'm scaling everything like a little, adapting it to where you go with your level. So you might
Okay.
be able to do it.
and then I've also got the missing persons from Harbor Crescent.
Yeah.
Hmm. I go up to Bets and just let them figure it out.
Monster College.
Yeah, I vote Monster College. I really don't like running into monsters that are so freaking smart. But you know why?
I'm gonna go burn down Monster College.
Oh.
Well, burning it down might not be the best thing.
Yeah, what if there are fire monsters there? You'll just kill
Listen,
them.
if I can go live a happy life at Monster College and like blend in, I'll go.
I mean, you are blue.
I am blue.
You are blue.
But if there's like
My-
some werewolves trying to eat me,
Maybe you
then
could pass for a
We
genie.
played.
we might have to burn it down.
We might make allies there
It's true.
and possibly end up with another pet.
Possible.
I can make wyverns smarter while we're there.
Yeah, and I see.
I can find this Fortis fella. We might be able to get a lead from this menagerie that Clade's been talking about. I imagine a fellow who researches monsters may have ties to such a place. Or
That's
may have
very
visited.
true.
Possible.
Okay, so have you decided? Have you guys decided?
I
We're
think they have.
pursuing Fortis Caris, I think. If that's,
Gafortis
that's the
Caris.
name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Gafortis Caris.
Fortis. Okay.
Like
okay.
so.
Thank
Yeah.
Oh, hey. I had almost spelled that right.
Me too.
I didn't.
I just had an A instead of the E.
Yeah, I didn't spell the last name right at all, but the first one was close.
I spelled it right.
Yay, Clade! So you're gonna find out where. Well, yeah, close enough. So
And
you,
this
you
was
want
how
to
I spelled it.
find out tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
That's how I spelled it.
Oh well, yeah.
That's what I heard.
That is also kind of cool. Gafortis Caris and his lesser-known brother Gafortis.
Callus.
Yeah. Nope,
Yeah.
I told you the last name was very wrong, but the first one I got close.
Yeah. All right, so you're gonna start looking for him tomorrow, and you are Clade. You are gonna go to the menagerie, Erin's marvelous menagerie.
Everyone's going with me to the menagerie.
Oh yeah, you wanted to bring everyone. I remember.
I'll be happily going to this menagerie if I know it.
I'm gonna go because I really don't want to be alone with my sword right now.
It's even worse than being alone with your thoughts.
Yeah, being alone with somebody else's.
By the way,
Which
Kat,
may or may not be your own.
Yeah, that sounds like a fun premise.
Okay, so we're walking towards the menagerie, I would guess.
I think
And then we
Kalissa
go-
was saying it by the way, Kethra. What were you saying?
that's a real
Oh, I
nice
said-
sword.
Don't touch it.
So are we walking towards the menagerie in the morning?
You guys will know when Kethra starts doing like, it's my precious, don't touch it. Something is wrong. But so far she's fine.
Yeah, just really seemingly like unnerved. I keep glancing down at the sword, like
The eye, every time you watch down, you see the eye on the hill just like looking around, darting.
I'm both
And
comforted and unnerved.
Sometimes it
It's
looks up
weird.
at you, and then it keeps looking.
Yeah, both comforted and unnerved. It's very weird. and still debating about whether or not to tell the party about it. Like that's my number one debate here. Do I tell the party?
Mm,
I really want
you're
to know
blind.
this eye moving around, but obviously I don't.
No. It is very subtle. Like it
Hey-
is a very subtle movement.
Hey, Kefra, you've been looking at that sword a lot. Is there something wrong?
It's pretty.
I'm very.
I'm getting used to the new
Oh,
weight.
wait.
I've never had a short sword
I
before.
meant to persuade. Wait a second.
I don't think
Hey,
that's gonna go
Kefra,
any
you've
better.
been looking at the sword a lot.
Yeah, I'm not used to having a short sword. I'm used to a rapier.
I love how poor you're all rolling for this. It's like the dice gods want her to keep the secret.
So Shay should also roll.
So Seiya should also roll. I'm gonna say so. Seiya is
Dead.
retired to her room already. No. And tomorrow, when you guys are going to the menagerie, she will be probably researching something in the library. One thing or another.
I thought we were walking towards the menagerie now.
Oh, is it the next day already? I
I don't know.
I thought we were still in the same evening. But
yeah, I said we were walking to the menagerie, but that's
either way, then that's what we'll be doing. So it's the next morning. You guys left for the menagerie. So Seiya excused herself and headed off the other way to Bayford to the library. And you guys have to. Well, it's not like you have to cross the entire city. You have to walk back to the east gate where you came through when you first arrived in Parfost, and then follow the ring road. That's East Lane, the ring road.
I'm
A
an
little
ice
bit
bee,
to
by
the
the way.
north. Yeah, of course you have Ice Bee because you want to go there because of
Yes.
Ice Bee. So you walk up the ring road a little bit, and you can already see it from far because there is a large area within the walls of Parfos where there are no buildings, and it's likely that there never were any buildings, or if they were destroyed or up and down, and now there's like fences and kind of enclosures that you can see from far. Some of them have like what seems to be large cages, probably to prevent something flying from flying away. And it is quite a large area that you approach. And there is a rather small little hut, I'd say, in the front, which has like a gatehouse attached to it to walk into the menagerie. And there is a little window in this hut, and in that window sits a young half elf with. She's very short, very skinny, kind of a tomboyish figure, about chin length, brownish hair, slightly freckled, round face, button nose, and she looks a bit bored because apparently at this early in the morning no one else has gone to the menagerie, and she seems to be done with whatever tasks she had to do after waking up and feeding all the animals. So she's just sitting there now waiting for people who come to see her animals. And she sees you approach, and you can see as you guys walk closer, she's trying to assess if you guys are going to keep walking or if you're coming to her, if you're going to be paying customers, what you want. And then she spots Ice B, and you see her eyes widen, and she sits up, and now she's like excitedly waiting for you to come closer. So,
Oh.
what do you do?
I go inside with Ice Bee.
I cast message.
Okay.
The dwarf is dumb. Don't take anything he says very seriously.
She does not visibly respond, but she steps out of her window and you see her disappear, and then shortly after she reappears in a door that leads basically into the passage from the road into the menagerie as you guys approach. It's like, hello.
Hello there.
And she immediately approaches Iceby very tentatively and kind of looks at him and is like, "Oh, you are a pretty one, aren't you?" And she kind of looks, "Pretty boy! Wonderful! What brings you here?"
I wanted to see what kind of services you provided.
For your polar bear, or yes,
Everything.
come on inside. And she kind of like, "Welcome to my marvelous menagerie. Well, Erin's marvelous menagerie. Well, I'm Erin. Hi."
Hi.
And she kind of leads you inside. And what's the perception for, Azrael?
That was.
Oh, that's old. I thought that
Yeah,
was something
old.
popping up. Kathra's very charmed. Oh, that is sweet. So you guys follow her into the menagerie. It's like a prescribed path through the enclosures. Very secure fences to keep any dangerous animals from attacking anyone. And but overall, the enclosures look very animal friendly. So whatever is in these enclosures, some of the animals you can't even see at this point, because they're just hiding somewhere and enjoying their peaceful morning. They're probably having a good time in there. And
Well, she's
well,
ignoring everyone and just looking at the animals.
so well, I don't know if you heard, but I took over this menagerie very recently from my dad, and I aim to make everything as friendly for my guests, as I call them, as possible. None of these animals will stay here indefinitely. I aim to rehabilitate them all and release them back into the wild in time. And oh, this is so exciting. I really have to ask, this polar bear, is he available for breeding?
Sure.
Because I have Snowflake in the back enclosure and she's been very lonely, and I want her to have a family, and I think she would be absolutely thrilled to meet your beautiful, handsome boy. And she leads you back to the furthest enclosure, which, as you approach, you can already tell. You can already tell as you walk through this enclosure, through these enclosures in the menagerie. There's magic at work here. So she clearly uses some form of magic to adapt the enclosures to the natural habitats of the creatures that live in them. So as you approach the one for the polar bear, it snows in that area, and there's like a frozen lake with a little hole in it in which you can fish, and like a little snowy mountain and a cave. And Kethra?
I'm guessing some sort of druidic magic.
Yeah, probably something that alters the environment in a gentle way. So it's possible.
Boy,
It's
could I make that
probable
a problem?
she's some kind of druid. And so yeah, as you approach the polar, she kind of looks over the fence and is like, "Give me a minute." And she climbs over the fence, very nimble, and kind of sneaks around in it and is like, "Snowflake, Snowflake." And after a moment, you see this very big polar bear kind of emerge from a cave. And she's just kind of, and Erin is like luring that polar bear out, and she's just kind of stroking her over the back. And then she leads her towards you, and she's like, "Snowflake, I saved her from a circus where she's used as like an attraction, and she was in a poor state, and I doubt that she'll ever be able to return to the wilds. She was probably bred and raised in captivity, and I'd feel horrible if something happened to her out there. So I'm probably gonna keep her. And I think she would be very good for a breeding program to rehabilitate polar bears and cubs that we could potentially put back into the wild once they're old enough, and give something back for having taken poor Snowflake out of the environment. So if your beautiful, handsome boy would be, if you'd be willing to lend him for this breeding program, that would be amazing.
Of course, I will do anything. I will do anything to get an army of polar bears.
Oh my god.
I don't feel so. But she then remembers the message that she got from you, Azrael, and it's like, yes, an army, right? we can work on that. Yes.
I will be the first nation to have polar bear riders.
Everything changed when the polar bears attacked.
More like the dwarves attack.
The dwarves attack on polar bears, and so I will get back to you with all the paperwork. There will be some monetary compensation for you lending your pretty beautiful, handsome boy for this. But he does look a little rough around the edges. If you want, I can like clean him a little bit and take a look at his claws, and his teeth might need a bit of attention as well.
Yeah, I've got an ISB from, well, let's say it wasn't the best way to, I don't know if we would call it adopt him, but we had an adventure, and I basically tried to tame him.
You did a great job. I mean, he's very obedient and clearly adores you. Hi, Ice Bee. And she kind of walks up to Ice Bee and very gingerly puts out her hand for him to sniff. And you can tell that this girl has a hand with animals, because Ice Bee is very tentative at first, but then kind of allows it, that she kind of strokes his snout. And it's like she's enamored with this polar bear. She's like, he's the best. Oh, I love him. Yeah, like I said, I'd be happy to have him like cleaned and have.
I want to make Ice Bee try to shake paws.
Give me, yeah. Oh, give me another one, because you have advantage because you two have a close bond by now. That is a very good roll. So yeah, after an initial confusion, Ice Bee kind of sits back.
Ice Bee use roll. Wait, Ice Bee use shake paw.
He kind of sits back and raises a paw, and she's just like, she takes the paw and shakes it. It's like, oh, he'll get along famously with Snowflake. She's the gentlest girl. And like I said, I'd be happy to get his fur cleaned, like giving him a thorough scrub. He looks like he'll enjoy that. And I'll see if we can't help, because I think there's like a bit of tooth rot there in the back, but I can absolutely take care of that if you'd let me.
I will give you permission.
Oh, that's so great. I will take a day or two though.
That's fine.
Because he is quite big. And he can stay in Snowflake's enclosure. I'm sure they will be fine. I'll acquaintance them with each other, and you can have a look around while I make these two like figure out that they're not enemies. And she kind of leads Accolade. I'm assuming you're coming with this because you are his master.
Yes,
so she leads you and Ice Bee into the enclosure with Snowflake. Snowflake is sitting exactly where she was before, in the mouth of the cave, just kind of watching this, watching you and Ice Bee enter. And Ice Bee has spotted her, and it's like, who is this other polar bear? So those two are like, Arian is kind of bringing them together, and she's talking with them as if they're people. She's just like, hi, Snowflake, this is Ice Bee. Ice Bee, hi, this is Snowflake. She's adorable, and the rest of you can have a wander around in the menagerie and see what else she has, as long as you stay on the paths.
Yeah. Do we need to roll to see what we find, or just kind of wander around?
Well, couldn't you try to input like, I want to find this kind of animal and see if you find it?
I will have you, since most of them, the enclosures are rather big and some of them are probably hiding, give me perception checks to see if you can spot them.
Okay. No, don't walk on my keyboard, please.
Is it with advantage though?
Nope, I don't see anything.
Well, if one of you spots something, they can point it out to the others. So let's see if anyone spots anything.
No.
Oh boy, these things are very well hidden. So Seiya's not with you, Clade is not with you. Azrael, the only thing you do spot is in one of the enclosures what looks like two sort of man-apes kind of animals that are kind of sitting together, lousing each other. As they spot you and they kind of stop and look at you guys go by. And then the one that is being loused is like waving. It's like, anything else is well hidden. Anyways, so Erin is acquaintancing Iceby and Snowflake, and then leaves them a little bit to their own devices, ushering you out, Clay, saying like, we gotta give them a bit of time to get to know each other, so that they don't get into arguments while he stays here for his grooming. And
I put down some meat for Iceby.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And for Snowflake.
Aw. Say thank you, Snowflake. And Snowflake kind of sniffs at the meat and then goes,
It is human meat, though.
That is her. It is what now?
Human meat from the last from our heist. I don't tell her.
Why
I'm
did
too
we
stupid.
leave?
I'm too stupid to tell her.
Oh,
Where did we leave?
It's just meat, though.
You don't tell her. Okay, then then she does not know. Oh, that's so sweet. And that was Snowflake's version of saying thank you. And you two leave the
enclosure. Human flesh. Now Snowflake has a taste for human flesh.
Yeah, well, half elf flesh. But yeah, that is a fact. So those guys catch up with you, and she's like, "Oh, you met Bob and Paul," and she waves at the apes. And so most of my other guests are still hiding. They are very grouchy in the morning.
I can relate.
Can I do anything else for you guys? I would present more of my animals, but I like to not disturb them too much.
We're looking for someone. We thought he might have come by here.
Oh, yes, please. Who?
Givortis Karis? Tiefling?
He's a
He was
researcher.
asking about...
Oh!
Creatures.
I remember him. He wanted to talk to my cockatrice, Fluffy. Oh.
You have a cockatrice.
I do.
Alright.
I know. I have the strangest things in here. That one I actually took over from my father. He's very particular. I have not quite gotten through to him yet. But on the upside scales, my constrictor snake is doing quite well. But Fortis, he said something where he wanted to go. I don't know, but I remember he said he was staying in one of the taverns in Bayford Borough, the Last Rose. I think that's where he stayed. I think he said he liked the bathhouse there. So if he's still in town, I would suggest you check there.
I have another question. Do
Yes.
you have animals that could help in battle or just adventures?
I prefer to keep my animals out of battle because really no one asked their consent for it. So I prefer to just keep them here and let them enjoy their lives. Most of my animals are also quite old, so they wouldn't do very good anymore.
Do you have any birds that could help?
I do have 2 hippogriffs, but they do suffer from, I'd say, post-traumatic stress because they were used as battle mounts and have seen some horrible things, and I wouldn't feel comfortable sending them into battle.
Too bad.
Played, we don't need another recon animal. We have Wyvern.
Yeah, you should show her Wyvern.
That miniature dragon doesn't do anything.
Miniature what now?
And then I'll just let Wyvern fly around.
Oh my god! This is the best day of my life! Oh, look at it, he has little armor too! I hope you're keeping it very safe.
Very. That's why he has, like, 600 gold armor.
Oh,
He keeps it too safe. He doesn't do anything with it.
he's adorable.
We haven't really been in a situation where I could make him do anything.
Make him learn something like a spell or to breathe fire. Make him do something safe. Or awesome.
I'm
He can
waiting
just
for him to
look
level up
very cute.
to do good stuff. Because as of now, all he has is Sting and Bart.
Yep.
And Sting is okay if they fail their Constitution save. But
So,
Bite doesn't really do a lot.
have you not seen any more of the pseudo dragons about?
I must admit, I didn't. There were some, what I thought were big birds because they were flying quite high and fast. But, well, now that I've seen this little fella, they could have very well been pseudo dragons. They were circling the city for a while, but I don't know where they went.
Do you have any? What are your smallest animals?
My smallest animals, that would probably be Bob and Paul back there, the 2 apes that you saw.
Really? Damn, those are quite big for animals.
Well, it is a very big menagerie, and most of the animals here used to belong to my father, who made it his point of profit to exhibit exotic and often dangerous creatures for the entertainment of the nobles. I approved of that and was happy to change that. That's why
what is
no
your
animal
most?
here is forced to be out and make a show and whatever.
What is your most dangerous animal?
My most... I like to not think of them as dangerous per se.
It's the cockatrice.
It is definitely the cockatrice. Yes, I'm trying
It
to
can
get
turn you
through
to stone.
I know, that is why it's
Can I try to?
usually.
Can I try to tame him?
No.
I
I
wouldn't try that.
I would prefer if you didn't.
Maybe he will like me. You would never know.
He's
No,
a tough one.
Please let him do it.
I guess. I
Oh
wonder
dear,
if
wait.
Fernan. I wonder if Fernan would like Quade's statue outside of his.
No, I'd really not feel comfortable with that. I barely let people near his enclosure when they come through here, so
Well, I tried, Clade.
I like I said, I've just taken over this place, and I'd need more time to feel comfortable with letting the cockatrice near people when I know that it is comfortable with me and with being here and doesn't
What-
feel threatened.
What water animals do you have?
But Clade's a master animal tamer.
Completely understandable. You can just ignore them.
What water animals do you have?
I don't have any water enclosures, unfortunately. I'm working on it. But so
Aw.
far, it would involve expanding the grounds that I have here, and that's expensive.
You don't have any kind of dragons, do you?
No,
Oh.
I mean this. Why even here? All is literally the closest to a dragon that I've seen in my lifetime.
My goal was to tame a dragon.
I'm afraid you will not have success with that here in my menagerie. I'm not entirely sure you will have success with that at all. I mean, dragons are not like these beasts and monstrosities I have here.
That wasn't very nice to say.
It's okay. Clade's a master animal tamer. He can go tame that cockatrice for you.
Can I try to look for the cockatrice on my own?
Oh God!
I rolled a 20.
Yes, you did. Well, I suppose I can have you take a look at him. Oh, I don't know. I really hope this is a good idea. Follow me. And she takes you to like the furthest corner of the menagerie, kind of separated from all the other areas of her grounds. And there is an enclosure that is kind of, it's like rocky, and there's a bit of a pond there, but mostly it's very dry and kind of looks like the wasteland, just more organized. And there are many places where this thing can hide, and you can see that there seems to be like a magical sort of barrier protecting the entire enclosure to keep this thing from flying away. Oh boy, Clade. Well, you haven't actually seen the cockatrice yet.
I will do a call to him if I can see him.
Well, Erin is kind of looking at the edge of the enclosure. She is super nervous. Like, you can tell she does not like being here. And she kind of takes from her belt, she has like very thick, very robust gloves that she pulls on, and they go like all the way up to her shoulder. And she puts on the other one. And then she kind of climbs into the enclosure, and she's like, Francis?
I'd like to ask what I know about cockatrices with a 16.
They're giant chicken monsters.
Basically, yeah. Well, what you do know is that they're kind of a little bit lizard, a little bit chicken, like Azrael said, a little bit
Turkey.
bat. So they do like caves and sort of damp places, but also dry, arid outside regions if they're not in a cave.
What do stories of cockatrices usually involve?
What?
I think most of my knowledge would probably be from, I guess, a couple of like scientific documents or whatever in the library, but also stories. I'm wondering what would I know from stories.
Well,
mainly.
you would know from stories that they are creatures that can be found in the wasteland these days, but more in the mountainous edges of the wastelands, and they are known to not necessarily prey on people, but they are known to viciously defend their territory. They usually are in like flocks, basically. I was gonna say packs, but no, packs is not the right word, but flocks, and kind of like larger family structures, and they eat pretty much anything. So they can live off like berries, nuts, fruit.
Hasn't it been found
but
yet?
also, no, I'm still talking. But also insects, mice, frogs. Also like larger rats if they're bigger creatures. If the cockatrice is bigger and older. Most people have not actually seen a cockatrice in the wild, and cockatrice in captivity is also very, very rare. So, however, Aaron's father got this one, it's a mystery. So yeah, she's in the enclosure now, calling Francis, Francis, and after a moment, you hear this very unnerving sound, kind of like it kind of spine chilling, and you see Frances shiver. She's clearly not comfortable with this creature.
I'll make a Constitution save. I'm not scared at all.
You are not. You are not scared at all.
Damn it! I should have made an animal handling check with that.
Aaron is clearly scared. And after a moment, you see this creature emerge from what could be like a hole in the ground that leads into a cave system that she has crafted here with her druidic magic. And this creature, oh my god, I need to find a nice picture of a cockatrice now, so I can send it to you guys. Oh, they all look so weird. Oh, which one do I want? I'm gonna go with that one.
I like the cockatrice from Dark Arisen.
I don't think I've actually met the cockatrice in Dark Arisen yet.
It's
I
mean.
So,
It's big.
wait, I'm making you a
Yesterday,
handout
actually.
with what Francis looks like. Do-do-do-do.
I just beat Grigori again yesterday.
Can we say this
And I've
Constitution save was
started
for
the
animal handling?
No, you said Constitution. Can you see the cockatrice? This is Francis.
Okay.
I'm just gonna take a moment to think. Man, it's really good Circea isn't here.
So yeah, Francis looks kind of like a chicken dragon in a way.
Now I can just feel like the desire of Clay just like intensify.
I will go into enclosure and try to tame him. Damn it. Where's my 20? Ah! I will try my best. No!
Oh boy, yeah,
Okay.
this is going horribly wrong.
Oh god.
It's not
So
terrible.
Francis is seeing you and Aaron at the edge of the enclosure, and he's kind of like, "Bah!" and his eyes narrow, and that kind of glow, and then it just spreads its wings and does like, "Ah!" and it comes charging at you guys, running. She's bolting it out of the enclosure, leaps over the fence. It's just like stabilizing the magical fortification.
I will roll an animal handling again. God damn it.
that's
Oh boy, Clay, you're not in the enclosure, are you? You're still.
No, I am in the
behind
enclosure.
fence.
No, he
Yeah,
is.
You. All right. This cockatrice is now attacking you with a bite.
I'm not scared.
Yeah, we established that.
It misses you and it shrieks angrily because it hates missing you, and it's flapping its wings, kind of lifting off the ground a little bit, and tries to kick you with its chicken feet.
Can I try to animal handling again?
Okay.
I will not leave this area until I get it right.
Okay, this is not bad. This is not a bad one. Kefra, why are you stealthing?
to not be noticed by the cockatrice.
Well, I'm assuming. Are you in the enclosure?
No, but you said it left out of it, so.
No. It's still in the enclosure. She has like magical, but Clade is in the enclosure, so
Oh,
he's
okay.
like right there with it.
Well, then you can ignore my stealth roll then.
I will
Yeah.
make this cockatrice mine.
You can only have one pet at a time.
Yeah.
So you'd have to get rid of Ice B.
A
But-
cockatrice is closer to a dragon.
It does calm down a little, so it stops flapping its wings, but it does not trust you. It still kind of looks at you and sorry, there was a cat in here just now, and it kind of disappeared, and that worries me a little.
Okay.
That's never
I
a
will
good sign.
I will animal handling again. I will try with some meat.
Mm-mm. So as you try to hand it meat, it gets like
Well,
angry again, and it starts hissing and then it tries another bite attack.
This will be my most epic battle.
Oh no.
Can we say I have? Can we just say that I have advantage?
No,
On my
what
next
we
animal
say
cockatrice
is
bites its own tongue.
no. It snaps past you and kind of bites rock, and it's just kind of like, and upset with that, it kind of moves backwards and kind of cowers in a hole again. It's still watching you like out of narrow eyes, and you see it. It's like I don't even know what the word for that is. The comb, the spikes, whatever. And it watches you, and no, it kind of sinks down and disappears.
No.
Erin from the edge of the enclosure is like, please come out of there.
But it's, I haven't tamed it yet.
I'll be in so much trouble if the city guard hears that someone got hurt in my be shut down.
What? I will never let it hurt
it's
me.
his fault. It'll be alright.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
I can tell them. We were pretty good terms
I know
with them.
South
Get
Williams.
out! Stop prattling around, Clay. Get out!
A wisdom saving throw. Okay, I'll try.
Good luck with that -1.
No, that's
You'll
not my
manage it.
wisdom. My wisdom is
That's
one.
his intelligence.
God damn it.
Ooh, no, he doesn't.
So yeah, you get out of the enclosure. She's like, oh, thank you.
Wait, why did I get out of the enclosure? I didn't want to do that.
Because the spell made you.
I go back in.
Oh my god.
No, please.
Can I try
Is
to
there
find
no
him again?
sleep spell? We can just drag him out of here.
No,
Come
Francis
here.
has disappeared. He's not coming out.
Gonna work. I stopped
Azrael,
played.
are you?
I can do a strength save against that.
And I say, you're not out yet. You need to be down there. Far
Power
away from
struggle.
your place to be out. Well, the spell's still in effect.
Oh, the spell is still in effect. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's a concentration spell.
Mm-hmm. So
No.
yeah, you have to do what Kalesa says.
No, I guess I got back.
Close it,
yeah.
goddammit!
I guess I will try to tame him another day.
I'm working on him, and I promise to tell you as soon as I make progress with him.
I will help you with the progress.
Rather have him,
That would not be wise.
Yes, thank you.
We're leaving.
Yes.
As long as I don't hurt him, he will trust me
We
more
will
each time I
try
visit.
to keep him. We'll try
No
to keep
one's
him
gonna.
busy so he doesn't come back.
Thank you. No, no one's gonna hurt Francis. We all care for him here, and we just want him to feel safe. Um.
I want
Well,
him to feel safe too.
yes, I know, and I appreciate it, but I'd much prefer you let me do my work here, and I'll keep you updated on progress with Francis. And I will get to groom right away.
Okay.
And she kind of turns to the rest of you and is like mouthing a thank you.
I give her a thumbs up, and then I just mouth, "I'm sorry."
I kind
Alright.
of touch her before she leaves, or before we leave, I guess, as we're leaving, and say, do you mind if I have a couple of words?
No, of course.
I'd just like take out the notebook, because I'd just like have a few words about the your work here, and how you ended up in charge of it. And I just want to interview her.
And then she kind of sits down and she's like, well, like I said, my father used to own this menagerie before, and he had an unfortunate accident with Francis. A couple of weeks ago, and mother and I were not on speaking terms because I've
Nope.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was a terrible
Unfortunate.
place for it to freeze.
A cliffhanger.
Sure was.
yeah.
I will tame that Francis. I will make him mine. He will be my next steed.
I really don't think even if you tame him that you'll be able to ride him in battle.
Just you see, I've tamed an ice bear. Nobody thought I could do that. It's funny how I got a crit on Constitution save though.
Yeah.
It's like when I
The
want
crit
to.
you didn't want.
Yeah, the crit I don't need. I'm really lucky, just not when I want to be lucky.
Exactly.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Nope.
There she goes.
I wonder if Proceed died.
Yeah.
It's
Or internet.
progress, at least. Can you hear me better now?
I am back.
Aha.
My internet is being very dodgy today. How much of my talk did you hear before I was gone? Because I kept talking and then I saw the pop up in roll 20 saying no connectivity, and I was like,
Unfortunate accident with Francis.
oh, that was about half of what I said. So he had an unfortunate accident involving Francis, and my father and I were not on speaking terms before. Well, we haven't been speaking for years. I was living in Finn tending to horses, and I got a letter from my mother saying what had happened and that the menagerie was being shut down and probably the property would be sold. And I made a snap decision and came here and took over the lease on the property. And I saw all these animals that he had kept here, and Francis was scheduled to be put down for having attacked him and, well, killed him, essentially. And I couldn't let it happen. So I decided to make right what he had wronged with all these magnificent creatures, and I turned this place into this. Yeah, I guess that's my story.
And would you say you are a magician? There seems to be some very powerful magics that.
Oh, I wouldn't say I'm a magician. I have a way with nature, you'd say. With animals, I've always had a gift, and well, the rest is just a little playing around, you know? I really wouldn't say that I'm a wizard of some kind. I'm
Could you
just
take
doing what I
me through
can.
your methods? Could you talk a bit about your methods with
Um,
nature?
well, oh, wait. I might be able to tell you about my methods if I get my character sheet open. Mhm. Mhm. Wait. Do-do-do-do. It's mostly just powers that I use to shift around Earth a little to make my mountains and well, the snow in Snowflake's enclosure is probably the most challenging thing that I'm doing aside from this barrier. I'm using magnifying crystals to keep that upright because otherwise I'd have to concentrate on all these things. Same for the snow. But most of it is like, I guess you'd say it's kind of a druid crafted thing. Am I still here?
Yeah, here you
Yes.
are. I'll
Good.
not keep everyone waiting now. Sorry about
Yeah.
that.
I'm very skeptical now about my connectivity. He's like, if you guys are too quiet for too long, I'll be like, are you guys still here?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Is it everything?
move on then.
All right. Thank you so much for your visit, and tell your dwarven friend that I will take good care of his ice bee and make him look very nice and very clean. And he can come by tomorrow and have a look. I might be done by then, but
Just
might
go
take
away
2
for a
days.
second, Chris. Nothing.
All right, and I take it you're leaving then.
Yeah.
All right.
After writing everything down or whatever.
Yeah, I just imagine you walking away scribbling in your notebook.
Sounds about right.
Okay, so are we going to that bathhouse now?
The last rose, yeah.
It seems like
It was a tavern, right?
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wait, wait. I want to go to the pet shop.
The pet shop where you tried to get like scratching tool poke poles and stuff for
I want to get like an eagle or something.
you can only have one pet.
But there's a large pet and a small pet.
No, one pet.
Ah,
The rest
unfair.
of the party could get a pet, but Clayton already has one.
Yeah.
Well, Clayton and Asriel can't
But
have
in
one.
like movies, you see
Yeah,
people
that's
having
fine.
like horses and then they have like an eagle on their shoulder.
No.
Ah, unfair.
And Ice Bee can't have a pet either before that comes up.
No.
This is unfair. I want equal pet justice.
It is equal pet justice. Everyone can have one pet. Ice Bee is a pet.
No,
Ice Bee can't have a pet.
I should be able to have one small pet, one large pet, and one
No.
colossal pet.
No. So you guys are heading to the last rose?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you know that the last rose is in Bayfoot Borough.
Wait, can
It is
I
one
buy
of
a
the-
pet for someone else?
If someone else wants a pet.
No, I will surprise them.
I suppose. Yeah.
Okay, I will go to the pet shop.
Okay, so you're not going
What
to the
if
last
no
road.
one? What if no one wants the pet he picks out? What happens then? Do we just take it to the menagerie the next day?
Yeah, basically. Or back
Okay.
to the pet shop. Because if it's like a tiny one, it might get killed in the menagerie. But
Yeah.
um, so yeah, Clade, I'll be right with you. The others first going to the last rose. So Kethra, you know the last rose is one of the nice, very nice taverns in Bayford Borough. When you guys first arrived in Parfost all these weeks ago, you only told the guys about the ones in uh, the market district because of payment. And this is one of the fanciest places in Parfost. So the last rose is located in a very beautiful building, and already as you approach it, the smell of incense and exotic spices and bath soaps and oils and foams wafts towards you down the street. And there is actually a queue of people trying to get in, but they all just want to go bathing and not actually want to go into the tavern. And so the building is very, very big. It's much bigger than, for example, the Broken Sword. It has a front part that is the tavern itself, then the bathhouses in the back, and on the top there are luxurious bedrooms or suites, kind of. Most of these are frequented by visiting merchants. So, but the top tier merchants, so the six high houses of Parian, for example, their delegates stay at the last rose. And downstairs, there's a huge wine cellar with wines for every possible occasion. Um, the bathhouse can't be accessed from the outside, so you can't see into the bath area. You can
Is this just
Mm,
me?
no.
Oh, okay.
Um.
Poor Anna.
Yeah.
She always warns about storms going on and such, and she's always fine, but today it's just.
It's
Yeah.
true.
The internet never goes out when you
Mm-mm.
expect it to. It's always
It
when you.
doesn't, and I keep I keep talking and I don't see it, and then I look at my Discord and it says connection lost, and I'm like,
Uh,
oh, no. Wait, give me a second before I tell you all of this again. I'll have to figure out what's wrong with our internet.
okay.
You're muted, by the way.
Yeah, I think
I
she
think
did that
she
on purpose.
realizes that.
Okay. Oh, she's helping her mom. Tech problems. What did I miss since I was grabbing some snack?
Not too much. So Just introducing the bathhouse, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's fancy.
So apparently our internet is going on and off in the entire building, so I
Nice.
don't know how it's gonna be. I hope I can finish right now. We'll see how far we get through this. We're finishing after the last rose and Clay buying a pet for someone who might not want a pet.
Yes. Or pets.
So how much of my description of the last rose did you guys hear?
Up until the massive wine cellar.
Massive wine cellar. All right. Did I say about the um, bathhouse being inaccessible from the outside and you can't
Yes.
see it from here? Right. Did I describe the interior of the tavern? I think that might have been afterwards.
Yeah, that one was after.
All right. So the interior of the tavern is very unusual for what you are used to from your time here in Parfost. It's dark wood and colorful paper lanterns illuminate the interior. And instead of the usual tables and chairs and benches, you have very low wooden tables and cushioned seating areas around them. So everything is kind of on the floor. And there are on the tables there is very delicate golden cutlery and hookah pipes that people are smoking. So the air is generally filled with all kinds of exotic smells. It's very unusual for what you're used to here. And the proprietor of the Last Rose is a Pala'aran short ear, a woman named Thedva, and she is rather short, very dark skin, hair in tight cornrows pulled back, falling in a very thick, long braid along her side. And she has a lot of facial jewelry. So she has like piercings here, a ring in the nose, her earrings kind of connect to that ring in the nose. And she wears a lot of jewelry on her hands as well. And she keeps a very tight grip on everything that is happening in this tavern and probably also in the bathhouse, even though she's not there all the time. And she wears a very opulent sort of garment, also very foreign to you, with lots of golden decorations and very fine fabrics. And she sort of nonchalantly walks through her tavern and stops by certain guests and chats a little bit with them. And then, as she makes her round back, she sees you guys come in and she's like, "Welcome. I don't believe you've frequented this establishment before."
Can't say that we have.
She kind of looks you up and down. It's like, you don't look like her usual clientele. What can I get you?
We're looking for somebody.
All right. I usually keep my clients quite anonymous, but perhaps I can
It's
help. It depends.
Somebody who wanted a job from us. His name is Gafortis Karis.
The tiefling, yes, I remember him.
Yeah.
It's a matter of his research into creatures in the wilds. Yeah.
It's strange, he didn't say anything about having contracted someone here.
Well,
Gafortis.
he tried to get a hold of us and couldn't.
Ah, well, Gafortis left maybe a day or so ago. He said he'd be traveling on to, let me say, he was going to go north towards the First World. He's probably going to stop by at Pilgrim's Rest, but I doubt you'll catch up with him there, and I don't know where he's going to go from there.
Well, it's a good start. If he stops there, somebody should probably know where he's going from there.
Yes, probably.
We might be able to encounter someone who could send word ahead, too.
Maybe, but
Maybe, but the road is tricky these days with the wasteland between us and Pilgrim's Rest.
Surely there are
But,
people who can send messages magically.
Oh yes, certainly. Wait a
I
sec.
can at like 6th level.
Well, let's go find us a 6th level.
So yes, that's all I know. I'm afraid. I'm sorry.
Well, it was good enough.
Glad I could help.
And a very nice place you've got here.
It is my pride.
I don't believe
Anything
I've,
else?
I don't believe I've ever seen a place this manner around the rest of the city. Is there
Well,
is there any cultural significance to how it's all laid out?
well, it is design from my homeland. As you might be able to tell, I am from Palaran, and I wanted a piece of home, and this is as close as I could get it. I am personally native to Parian.
Catherine starts looking around with just a little bit more interest. That's where they're going. She wants to kind of get a sense of what it's like there.
Yeah, so what you can sense, none of you have actually been to Parian before, but its reputation is...
Let's talk about me.
With reason.
Let's talk
to
about the
be
6'8"
most
frame, the
magnificent
37-inch
city,
vertical leap, the
that
black space
currently
caterpillar,
exists
the
in
hot
this
shot video gaming
the name
lifestyle,
Parian
the two...
literally translates to City of Splendor, and that's what it is. So it is very full, very rich. It has a lot to offer, let's say.
It's
More on that when you get there.
yeah.
But yeah, this place gives you a good kind of idea of what to expect.
Okay. What next?
Well, I guess we should probably just head out for Pilgrim's Rest.
I have to get ISB back first, though.
It's gonna take a couple days.
Yeah.
It'll probably be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is Anne still here?
She's frozen.
I don't think so.
I don't think. Yeah. Can't hear her.
Nope. Unfortunate.
Let's just wait.
Yeah. Probably just wait the couple of days or whatever and then head off after him.
Yep. Unless we just wanted to leave ISB behind, but something
No,
tells me Clay's
no.
not gonna go for
Yeah.
there
Yeah, we
was.
can. It's not like we're gonna die anytime soon.
That's true.
I'm back.
Okay.
Yay!
Welcome
By
back.
the way, I want to brawl some more in the nights. I want to.
Oh god,
see.
not here.
I want to earn some money from some fools.
Yeah, you're a little short on cash there.
So
I can see why you would need more money.
I don't think you guys missed anything that I said. I think I stopped talking before the internet went out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think so.
So, yeah, you get a good idea of what to expect from Parian when you eventually get there. Anything else you want from Thedwa?
No.
Pet shop.
Pet shop. All right, so Clay, do you make your way to the pet shop? The guy there already knows you. So, as you walk in, he's like, "Ah, polar bear man."
Hello there. I'm looking for some animals or some pets.
Well, animals and pets I have.
Okay.
What are you looking for?
I'm not. I'm still deciding, but maybe multiple animals. 3.
Are you trying to build like a Megazord or?
um,
First, I'm
Alright.
thinking of like an eagle or a falcon.
An eagle or a falcon? Let's see. I have a falcon for you, and he kind of he waves for you to follow him into the back, and this is the first time you're actually going to the back, and it opens up into a large hall with many cages that are way too tiny compared to Erin's menagerie that had this massive sprawling enclosures for all her very few but animals.
I see where our next heist is gonna be.
you're gonna
Yeah,
do a
don't
Da
not be
Vinci
sure.
and free all the animals.
Yeah, no, this is all gonna happen right before we leave for Brian. We're just gonna make a list of all the stores we want to hit and hit them, and then leave so they can't arrest us.
Never return.
Maybe.
Okay.
He leads you down towards where the birds are kept, and there's like a bunch of birds. Among them, a very beautiful kind of a falcon that is like the feathers are white and kind of creamy brown, kind of like s'mores, except kind of like a toasted marshmallow.
Okay.
That's the color of the plumage, and he says this one. We just got this one, and it's a beautiful bird, native to Finn, so it's imported, if you will, and it's for sale for 40 gold.
That's quite a good price.
It is.
I will
What would
say.
be a better price? 20 gold.
You're not there.
I can,
Why not?
You're in the last rows with the others.
I will try to persuade him.
Did he go separate?
Yes, he did.
How about 35 gold?
Deal.
Wait, how about 50 gold if you also give me how do you call those things where birds like rest on?
Perch?
A perch, I imagine.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever that is.
Are you talking about like a falconer's glove or like a perch?
Yeah, a falconer's glove, something like that
Oh,
actually.
okay. Yeah. I'll go with that.
50
That
gold.
sounds reasonable.
Okay.
I have my gloves in the front of the shop, so I'll get you one there.
Okay, then I want the second animal that I'm thinking of. When
Just
I'm...
as a DM here, Azrael cannot have a pet because
I know,
he
I know.
already has a wyvern.
I want an animal for the personalities.
Okay.
Okay, what is your smartest and cutest rodent?
Smartest, cutest rodent.
Well, that would happen to be a capybara.
Oh yeah, I do have a capybara.
Oh my god.
And he's like,
That's not cute.
we're a little short on the rodents. But I've had this this capybara here for several months, and no one seems interested in it. And rodents are not generally.
I think it needs to be a bit smaller.
Yeah, they are quite big.
Yes.
Wow.
All right, so a smaller one.
I still say somebody needs a fox for our group name.
Oh yeah, wait. Okay, I can. That's actually more fitting. Do you have maybe a fox?
I do have a fox, and he
Take me to the fox.
he takes you kind of between where the dogs are and the cats are, which is kind of where foxes are in the animal kingdom.
Sort of.
And
I guess.
There's like 3 foxes, and one of them is the most eager one, I'll say. So the other ones are just kind of lying there and kind of disinterested, but one of them looks up and kind of like. And this one is like a kind of, because it is technically a wasteland fox, so its fur isn't red as you'd expect or white for a polar fox, but it's kind of ashy, so it almost looks like a wolf, but not really, because it has
Are the other two?
type.
Are the other two wasteland too? Are the other 2 wasteland foxes too?
Yeah.
I'll take the energetic one.
This one, what you can't see with the other ones, this one has like the belly fur is kind of white, and it's a very cute fox. This one is 8 gold pieces. Foxes are not very. They don't sell very well, so I usually.
I'll take him and give me, like, I don't know, something that it can rest on. I don't know, cushion or something.
We have cushions. Well, they're usually cushions for cats or dogs, but I think he'll be fine with them.
Yes.
So you can pick one in the front.
Okay. How much will our cushion be?
10 gold.
Okay, that will be like 20. I will give you 20 in total.
Fantastic. Good deal.
Okay, then we have. So I've got an animal for 2 of my companions, but we still need an animal for another one.
All right. Your companions are very lucky indeed.
Scorpion.
Huh.
Oh no, that would be so mean.
But so played.
Okay, do you have a snake?
Oh no.
Oh,
That's almost as bad.
I do. I am. Well, let's have a look. So he takes you to kind of the terrarium sort of cages. There's lizards and small geckos and toads and turtles and snakes. One of them is a very big constrictor snake that would require some carrying around. So it's kind of like this, they're gonna wrap it around yourself and hold it like this, Steve Irwin style. And the other one is a viper, so that's like a tiny one that's just kind of slithers along.
I'm disinterested. I will go to. I want to see. How do you call those? We'll make it a turtle. I want to see some small turtles.
There are a bunch of turtles.
Oh wait, no, not a turtle. Bunnies.
Bunnies.
Do you have snow bunnies?
Bunnies. Let's see.
Rabbit.
I do have rabbits. So he takes you to. It's like a on the ground kind of. There's straw in it and it's fenced in, and there's like a whole bunch of rabbits hopping around in there and like flopping, and they're very cute. And one of them, because you said a snow bunny, he points at one of them, and this one has pure white fur and kind of floppy ears and a little pink nose. It's very cute.
I will take that one.
White for now.
Yeah, give us like 3 weeks with it. Not even that long.
he
Give
kind
me
of
3 hours.
He lifts it out of. Don't turn the rabbit blue.
That's gonna be red.
He lifts it out of there and puts it in Clade's arm, and that one's 2 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll take it with an appropriate, uh, comfortable cage, I would say.
Mm-hmm. That would be another 10 then.
Okay.
Can we trade it to with a beast of Caernabog?
Yes.
Actually, I also want a comfortable cage for the fox and falcon.
Well,
Like a
yeah.
pet carrier.
If I add those two, can I give you 40 for all that combined?
For all the additional stuff.
Yes.
So let's see. It's 40 for the falcon. It was
And
what was the
Yeah.
other animal?
It
The
would
fox
it
was
would be
10.
160 total.
Mm,
Wait, not 160.
no.
90. Wait.
It would be 90.
110, 110, 110. 110.
A deal.
Okay. I hand him all the gold, and then I take
And then
all the stuff with me.
you have your pick of what he has in the front. So that's quite a lot to carry for you, but you have quite a lot of strength, so you'll be fine. So yeah, you're done with that.
he also purchases a wagon,
To transport all the stuff.
little red one.
A little red wagon. That's adorable.
I'm imagining a kind of a wheelbarrow kind of thing.
Yeah.
I'm not paying extra for that.
Well, you gave me 110, so and you can bring the wheelbarrow back.
Okay. I think I'm fine with that.
All right. So I'm assuming the rest of you are getting back to the broken sword as well.
Yeah. Do we see him walking up with all this stuff, or is that gonna be later?
Oh, I really hope you do.
I'm probably going to be motioning people to the bank.
Maybe we should do that for
make
next
sure
session.
Which is safe and secure.
So yeah, you guys approach the broken sword at about the same time, and you guys see Clade coming from the other direction with the wheelbarrow full of animals and animal supplies. Like he also there was a starting quantity of feed included.
Oh wait.
What is
Oh wait. Ah no, I forgot one animal.
Oh no, you did?
Yes, I want to buy an animal for our innkeeper.
Oh yeah, Frinnan is gonna love that. No, you're gonna have to do that some other time.
Ah, damn it.
You can do that as a parting gift before you move on to
Yes.
Parian. Yeah, he'll love that.
what has Clay done?
Like, here, this is for letting us stay for free in your inn.
Yes,
There's something else that you have to take care of.
Yeah, pretty much.
I will buy the biggest constrictor snake out there.
Oh my god.
No. What has Frinnan ever done to you?
He was a good man. That was his first mistake.
Also, I don't know if we'll get to use them this session or next session, but I've been compiling a list of questions I'm gonna ask the sword at some
Yeah, I think given the wonky state of my internet, I'm gonna have to wait with the 20 questions for the sword.
Or
until
maybe
next
wait.
session.
Maybe I'm gonna make. Maybe I'm gonna try to buy the monkeys and give them to Frinnan.
The monkeys, Bob and
Yes.
Paul.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Be his bodyguards.
Like, here, we know we know you're gonna miss us. These might make as much trouble as we did. Maybe.
No, you're gonna miss Clade when you're gone, so we got you two of him.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, he's gonna love it. So yeah, given the wonky state of my internet, I'm gonna have to call it a session for today and hope that it'll be better next week, when I'm assuming we'll go and find Kifotis,
Okay.
Yes,
ideally.
good. and see
Probably.
and
Okay.
see the party reactions to all of these animals.
Oh yeah, I really want to do that right now. Yeah, let's do that right now. Let's have
Excellent.
you
No,
guys.
but Sorcea's not here.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, then we'll do it next week. I'm hoping that I'll be able to get in touch with Emily and see if she can make it, and maybe if she can't make it for our usual time, maybe we'll just start an hour later in preparation for me having to possibly start an hour later anyways the week after. But I'll keep you all informed about that.
Do I stop recording now?
Okay.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
stop
you
recording.